안녕하세요. 님베이시 싱가포르 남자입니다. 네, 안녕하세요 여러분들. So today just sharing another misadventures around the world, okay? And yeah, for those of you who didn't know, I spent about 10 years in China. Oh, very bad hair day today. Okay. About 10 years in China from about 2004 to 2014. So I was actually in China during the uh, Jiang Zemin Hu Jintao era, okay? And I left Singapore. I've been around the world for about 20 years so far. Never been back. But okay, um, so this is a series where I just tell you guys some of the misadventure stories I've experienced around the world. Okay, and so today I'm going to tell you guys about the only time in my life I ever got pickpocketed, ever. Okay, and that was back in 2007 or 2008 in Shenzhen, China. Yeah. Well, back in 2007, 2008, I went to Shenzhen for the first time because it was like the new thing. Shenzhen was like new and happening, and there's a lot of new things going on in Shenzhen. It's very, very exciting. So I decided to check it out. I decided to check out what the fuss is in Shenzhen. And you know what? I ended up being in Shenzhen for only one day. I went there for one day, next day I left. I left very, very angry. Why? Because in that one day I got pickpocketed in broad daylight with 10, like a few hundred people around me in a crowded street. And I got pickpocketed and nobody reacted, nobody alerted me, nothing. So I was really disappointed. So what happened was this. So I went to Shenzhen. I decided to check out their their main shopping area. There's a main shopping street back there. I forgot what's the name. Okay, it's kind of like the Orchard of Singapore, the Manhattan of New York, that kind of thing. The main shopping street, like the Nishantashi here in Istanbul. Yeah, so it's like the main shopping street. So there was a lot of people. I would say walking down the street, there's a few hundred people, but I noticed one interesting thing that I don't see a single I don't see a single police at all. This is weird for me because at that time in China, almost everywhere there are police. There are police everywhere, pretty much all over the streets, everywhere. Okay, but along this particular street, there was no police inside. So I was walking down this street, and I was very careless because I was back then 2007, 2008. There was no smartphone. Okay, there was no such thing as smartphone. So I was carrying around a video camera. I was using a Sony video camera. Okay, wherever I go to take video. Then there was no such thing as like mobile phone, like smartphone, just take video, smartphone. No, you need to have like proper video cams. So I have, and I sling it on my shoulder, on the back, in a waist pouch on my back like this. So the waist pouch is on the back of my shoulder with the camera inside. So I was filming, and then I put the camera back, zip up, and then I slung it back, and then I was walking down the street. Suddenly, as I was walking down the street, it's like a lot of people around and people passing me by as well. Okay, I glimpsed a window reflection that someone was standing right behind me, very close, and his hand was on my waist pouch. I could see it on the window, okay, but he was doing it so lightly I couldn't feel it at all. He was very pro, and then I quickly turned around, and then he went like, he gave me the okay, all's good. You caught me, okay. You caught me, okay. Bye bye. I'm done. At that moment, I see around me at least 20, 30, 50, a lot of people. It's a crowded shopping street. Everybody saw what he was doing and nobody alerted me. Nobody called the police or anything, nothing. So at that moment, I was really disappointed with the people in Shenzhen that they allow crime to happen in front of them and they don't react at all. Okay, that was the immediate feel. And then what happened was this is not the end. And then I looked at my waist pouch. He was already unzipped halfway through. He was about to just take the camera out and run. So he was like, I would say 2 seconds away from success. He was that good, I didn't feel it at all. If not for the window reflection, I would have not known. And I would have lost my video cam. And back then my video cam was very important because it has it contains all my records of a place. Oh, what happened? Of all these places that I've been to and all the important things that it's all in there. It's like pretty much like my cell phone, my mobile phone right now. So I looked at him and gave me like, Okay, all's good, I'm done, okay, bye bye. Like nothing happened. Back then, 2007, 2008, I just left the military not so long ago, and I came from a country where such crime doesn't walk away uh, with no consequence, right? Yeah, I came from Singapore, right? So I was not ready to let it go. So he kind of gave me the okay, all's good, and then he walked away. He didn't even run away. He just turned around and walked away. And you know what? I followed him. Yeah, I was not ready to let this go. I followed him, and then he realized I was following him. Turned back and saw me a couple of times, and then he started running into an alley. That's when I feel a little bit worried because running into an alley, a lot of things can happen in the alley. So I go all the way to the bend of the alley, but I didn't go in. So I was standing there to see if he comes out again. And then he came out here with three other guys. And then they all stood around the opening of the alley and looked at me. The kind of, okay, now what do you want? Look. And then I was one fat guy. Then I was 230, 240 pounds, 110 kilogram each. So I was just this one big fat guy, okay, who had just left the military for a couple of years and got super fat, okay. So I was really fat. I was honestly not in fighting condition, but I had the fighting spirit, okay. Honestly, I would have been killed. And then when I was clever because when I see three guys against me, I'm not about to do it. So I backed away. I gave them the okay, I backed away. And then they stood there and gave me the better be careful look. And I was like, damn, no wonder there's no police along that road. That this whole place are controlled by all these pickpocketing gangs, and they probably have paid off the police and all that stuff. So I was really disappointed with the safety here in this there in Shenzhen. Thank you. And coffee just came. So I was very disappointed with the safety and all that stuff in Shenzhen, and how like crimes are controlling the streets, and the people of Shenzhen won't even stand up to petty crimes like this. Of course, I think they're scared. They're scared they're gonna get into trouble with the whole gang if they do that, yeah. Because it's all gang control the way I saw it. So I was very disappointed there. I realized that Shenzhen is not where I want to do my business because I don't want to have to deal with all these gangs to do very simple things. So I left Shenzhen the very next day. No Shenzhen for me, and I've never been back to Shenzhen since. Yep, since 2008, since that one day in Shenzhen, I've never been back in Shenzhen. All 10 years in China. Yeah. Yep. So that's my misadventure. That's my pickpocketing misadventure in Shenzhen. Have you guys been in similar situations before? Share with me in the comments below.